This is Scott Vanderplu, and you're listening to the Artist Edition Index podcast, episode 69.
I went down to the St. James Infirmary, found my baby there, stretched out on a long white table, so sweet, so cold, so fast.
Thank you for joining me once more, where we take this audio tour of aeindex.org, discussing all the things that have gone online in the month of August. This is the last day of the month, and it's rare. I feel like that I'm actually recording on the last day of the month for the podcast, but it's worked out this month for sure. We have our usual two reviews. We've got our poll. We've got some solicitations. I got some discussions maybe from listener emails and some discussions of what's upcoming. So let's dive into that. Let's look at shipping changes right from the AE Format Books Index page. That's where I keep track of everything that's changing, updating, new. All the news is there. All right, so we got two shipping changes. So we have Best of EC Comics Artisan Edition has moved to September 27th for Penguin Random House, September 28th for Diamond. That is also the new date for Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man Artist Edition. So that means on September 27th/28th, if you're going to local comic shops, 3 books from IDW will be coming out. Best of EC Comics Artisan Edition, Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man Artist Edition, and Alex Toth's Bravo for Adventure Artist Edition new printing. Do we really think these 3 books will hit on the exact same day? No, we don't. But let's wait and see, right? That's all we can do is wait and see. And as usual, when I get confirmation that the book is shipping, normally I get that the Wednesday before when Diamond updates shipping for the following week, then I'm able to confirm that the book is shipping. All right. That's that. Shipping changes. There's also a shipping change for the John Paul Leon's The Winterman Artist Edition. If you have a look at their latest update on the site, which I'm clicking on now, updates, they have, as we mentioned in the last update, all the prints are for fulfillment. Yep, and the book should be arriving next week. Because of this slight delay, we're going to readjust our timeline from late August, early September to late September, early October. Once the books arrive, it takes a little while for the fulfillment center to sort through all the backers and corresponding rewards, creating the packages and shipping. This is a large campaign, so they'll go out in batches. There you go. I don't put that up on the listing of shipping because you just can't go buy it, right? You can't order it anymore. It was a Kickstarter. I'm sorry, it was a Zoop, which is a crowdfunding platform like Kickstarter. So therefore, you cannot go and get it anymore. So I don't want to just keep it up in the upcoming books section because, well, first off, we don't have a date. It's a vague timeline, and you can't purchase it. And I don't think any copies will be available from the Zoop website either. So that's updates for that. Let's look at August 2022 IDW solicitations. We had one solicitation that was popping up on the Penguin Random House website. Let me give you the blurb. Kevin Nolan's Marvel Heroes Artist Edition. Kevin Nolan is a true artist's artist. He has won the coveted Eisner Award for his art on Jack Be Quick in collaboration with Alan Moore, as well as for inking Batman's Sword of Azrael over Joe Quesada. This volume will contain a selection of Nolan's best works for Marvel Comics, covers, pages, and 2 complete stories, most notably his fully painted 62-page Man-Thing graphic novel, written by Howard the Duck creator Steve Gerber. A true labor of love, the graphic novel took Nolan 25 years to complete. So that's currently being listed, well, it was initially listed as March 21st, but that has already gone to April. ISBN, I'm guessing it's 12 by 17. That hasn't been listed yet. It's 176 pages, and it's 150 US. Nicely, Kevin Nolan tweeted out my link to this. So I got a lot of hits from that. So thank you, Kevin Nolan, for that. As well, I was the only place really you could find this info about, so that's always nice too. But that's that. That's solicitations. Exciting. So something for April of 2023. That's as well. It's a bit of a dubious distinction since it's August now. We're going to see one new book, which is the Todd McFarlane, and then nothing from September until April. So that's a long dry spell. All right. Moving on. Let's talk the reader poll. So this time around, from our good friend David Jacoy, Patreon patron, and supporter of the site, he gave us a poll. Which 1980s cartoon property deserves the AE format treatment? There was more of a blurb to that. I should give you the whole blurb. No, why did I not get the whole blurb there? Interesting. Okay. All right, and the votes. We had options: G.I. Joe, He-Man, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Thundercats, and Transformers. By a landslide, we have G.I. Joe, followed up by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Which, interestingly, we had a TMNT Artisan edition, right? That was the printing of the TMNT issue 1, complete, at its original size, which was reduced. It looks like they worked on just 8.5 by 11 paper. And then G.I. Joe had an Artisan edition solicited years ago, and it was canceled for lack of orders. But now, with Penguin Random House distribution, I think if they resolicited that again, they'd get an overwhelming response, especially from Amazon orders. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's hope Scott Dunbier is going to resolicit that. That would be awesome. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I guess, it's still really popular, and people are looking for more. I feel like my one taste was enough of that with the Artisan edition, but I did vote for G.I. Joe. That's the book I want to see out of that. All right, that's that poll. Let's talk reader mail. Got a few orders from the website, so thank you, faithful listeners, or those who are searching the internet. I got a new order from somebody who just found the site by Googling, and they were looking for the Mad Artist Edition, and they found it on the website, so that's exciting. I had a repeat order from a Canadian customer, forum member. That's exciting. Glad to see that. My first repeat customer on the store. So briefly, I had up on the store that I'm moving and the store will be closed. But because of the way I'm moving and because I have room at work, I've just put all the books from the store just in my office at work. So I'll be continuing to sell things. I will mention that I have a Judge Dredd by Brian Bolland Apex Edition available for this on the store. It is not cover price because you can't get it anywhere cover price. I was able to pick up a copy with a bit of a discount, so I've got it up on the store for $225 US. I know. Still reasonable if you're looking for it. All right, let's talk out of... Oh, sorry. That was it for reader mail. Sorry. Just some back and forths with about ordering, so good stuff there. I will mention some news. Baltimore Comic-Con is coming up October 28th to 30th. Scott Dunbier is appearing there at the show, and I am going to the show. I'm going with my son. I was able to get a press pass, so I'm excited for that. So free for me. I'll have to buy my son's pass, but that's exciting. We're going to get a little mini vacation, father-son time, and we'll go to Baltimore, and I'm going to interview Scott Dunbier. So next month I'll be soliciting questions from if people have questions for Scott Dunbier. I'll put that up on the forum. I won't be asking him any questions about, is this shipping? Do you have an AE of this material? So just a heads up, that's not the kind of those aren't the questions I'll be asking him. If he wants to talk about what's upcoming, that's certainly it. But I think we've sort of run the gamut of how about an AE of this, how about an AE of that. So we'll sort of avoid those questions. All right. So that's exciting. Anybody who's going to Baltimore and is a listener of the show or a fan of the website, let me know. We could always get together and chat for a few moments. That'd be nice too. I think we're driving up. I'm going to try and be there for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm also tempted, though. We're in the Baltimore area. It's an hour trip to the Smithsonian, and I love the Smithsonian. I've been there a bunch of times, so I may do a detour to the Smithsonian maybe Saturday afternoon. That'd be awesome. Or Saturday for the afternoon. I don't know. I just said that. We'll see. Depends when I can interview Scott. If I can interview Scott on Saturday, maybe I'll go to Smithsonian Sunday. If I can interview him on Sunday, maybe I'll go to Smithsonian Saturday. We'll see. Anyway, oh my goodness, I could also go to the Library of Congress and look at Amazing Fantasy 15 in my hands. Ooh, there's an option too. Have to give that some thought. All right, out of print sales for July. These sales are all over the place. Before I do that, let's... Oh, you know what? There were no records set in July. So I'll just preface with that. Let's talk sales. One copy of Alien, the Illustrated Story, sold for $130.07. One copy of Basil Wolverton's Weird World sold for $176.40. 2 copies of Batman The Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller Gallery Edition, sold for an average of $152.50. That's a discount. 2 copies of Bernie Wright's and Artifact Edition second print, sold for an average of $187.49. 2 copies of Bill Sienkiewicz's Mutants and Moon Knights and Assassin's Artifact Edition, sold for an average of $449.99. Man, there's a book that keeps going up. If you ever see that book anywhere, in a store, for cover, buy it and put it on eBay. 1 copy of Conan Rednail's Original Art Archives for $199. 1 copy of Dave Cockrum's X-Men for $156.74. 1 copy of Dave Gibbons' Watchmen for $179.99. 1 copy of Dave Stevens' Rocketeer, first print, $134.99. 1 copy of David Mazzucchelli's Daredevil Born Again for $349.95. Wow. 2 copies of Frank Miller's Daredevil, $196.75 average. 1 copy of Frank Miller's Sin City, The Hard Goodbye for $108.77. 1 copy of Gene Colan's Tomb of Dracula for $249.95. 2 copies of Gil Kane's Amazing Spider-Man for $133.84 average. 1 copy of Jack Davis's EC Stories for $224.95. That's come down a little bit. 2 copies of Jack Kirby Commandy, The Last Boy on Earth for an average of $145.20. 1 copy of Jack Kirby's Fantastic Four Artist Edition, $174.99. 2 copies of Jack Kirby's Fantastic Four, The World's Greatest Artist Edition, averaging $185.75. 1 copy of Jack Kirby's Marvel Heroes and Monsters for $199.99. 5 copies of Jack Kirby's The Mighty Thor, averaging $174.40. Don't know what happened there. Somebody just found 5 copies and put them all up, or suddenly there's interest in this twice up. Great book. 1 copy of Jim Lee DC Legends, sold for $127.50. 3 copies of Joe Kubert's Tarzan of the Apes, sold for an average of $106.33. 1 copy of Joe Kubert's The Return of Tarzan, sold for $108.50. 2 copies of John Buscema's Silver Surfer, sold for an average of $154.50. 4 copies of John Byrne's Fantastic Four, sold for an average of $274.78. Sudden interest there. Great book as well. 1 copy of John Byrne's Marvel Classics, $175. 1 copy of John Ramiz's The Amazing Spider-Man, $116.60. Big discount for that book. And then 1 copy of John Romita's Amazing Spider-Man Artist Edition Volume 2, $136.85. 1 copy of Marvel Covers for $145. 5 copies of Michael Golden's Micronauts, averaging $269.50. Wow, there's another book that looks like, if you see it in a store for cover, pick that up. These are some hot eBay prices there. Mike Mignola's Hellboy in Hell and Other Stories, first print, $224.20. 3 copies of Ross Andrews' The Amazing Spider-Man, averaging $134.57. 1 copy, Star Wars Artifact Edition, $46. Wow, big discount there. 1 copy, Stranko Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Artist Edition, $85. Bam! eBay bargains are still available. 1 copy of The Prisoner Original Art Edition, sold for $51. That book has been hovering way over $100 for quite a while. 1 copy of Wally Wood's EC Stories, $207.56, first print. And then 4 copies of Will Eisner's The Spirit, averaging $182.49. Great book. Wow. Some great stuff. Interesting. Some bargains there. Some books just maintaining that high price level, right? What's maintaining its high price level? Bill Sienkiewicz's Mutants and Moon Knights and Michael Golden's Micronauts. Those are just staying up there, aren't they? All right, that's out of print sales. Now is the time where we dance, and that is to discuss how you can support the website. 3 ways. If you're interested in a book and you can click on one of my affiliate links, I get a percentage from that. That is wonderful, and it costs you nothing other than just clicking through my site, which I'm sure you're already on my site anyways. You might as well just click through and order from there. Second way to support the website, the store. Another thing, if you're already looking to buy the book, and you see you can get it from my store, you can get it from somewhere else, I'd sure appreciate it if you got it from my store. Third way to support the site, become a Patreon patron. From $1 or €1, or I think a couple other currencies are available. You can support the site whatever amount you'd like. It's a monthly basis. You can go for as many months as you'd like. It's all greatly appreciated. And you're saying to yourself, why should I do any sort of financial support for the AE Index? Well, it helps me buy books. I take the money. It goes towards hosting. It goes towards buying books. This month, it may go towards buying a microphone, because I haven't done a live interview. And I'm thinking of getting one of those, either a Shure microphone or, what is the other type of microphone I'm looking at? Let me have a look. A Zoom. 2 different microphones that attach to your phone and do a better recording. So I'm thinking leaning more towards the Zoom because it's much more economical. But I can get it for about half the price of the Shure. So that's where the money would go this month. I didn't mention updates to the website this month. I'm trying to do some more videos. I finally got... So, yeah, my videos are hit and miss. I've got a little bit better spot now. I've got a boom arm. So those things should help me get better video. I've got a better cardboard box with paper on it. That's all my pictures and videos are on the brown paper. So I noticed my other 2 videos, the videos were wider than the paper I had. So that just looked terrible. So I just did Frank Miller's Batman The Dark Knight Returns Gallery Edition. So that was a longer video. And it's interesting, there was talk on the forums about how the overlays have darkened, and they certainly have. And I need to do a comparison of that. I still haven't done it, but now I have the book. I just need, that's the next step. I'm thinking September I'll get that done. All right. So thank you for everyone who supports the site. Greatly appreciated. It all goes towards getting more things for the site. So I'm not, it's not going anywhere else. All right, 2 reviews this month. Judge Dredd by Brian Bolland Apex Edition is the first one. This was a hot property. My goodness. Let me give you the blurb. The Judge Dredd art of Brian Bolland is regarded as some of the greatest comic art of the 80s and helped catapult both the series and Brian Bolland himself to international acclaim, leading him to work on such titles as Camelot 3000 and Batman the Killing Joke. His incredible black and white art is showcased in this deluxe, oversized facsimile edition featuring new high-resolution scans of his original art from 2000 AD, showing Bolland's delicate inking brushwork in unprecedented detail, as well as the titles and word balloons placed over it at the time by IPC's art team. It promises to be an unmissable collection for fans and of comics and of fine art. So that was released July 27th, 2022 by 2000 AD Rebellion. It's 15 by 19, 144 pages. It was $90 US. And it's sold out immediately. There is no hope of you finding that online anywhere, that's for sure. And that is because, it was very odd. 2000 AD received it, and then they shipped out, I think it was in March, from the UK to anybody who had pre-ordered, and then finally got to Diamond for comic shops. But it was just, there weren't any extras. It was just, basically everything was ordered up. So, all right. I love this book. I love Brian Bolland. I love his early art. I love his Judge Dredd art. The presentation of this book is wonderful. Great table of contents, page numbers along the bottom, title of the artwork, issue number. It's really a really nice presentation. And the nice thing is, too, about the mentions of the word balloons, all the word balloons have sort of faded. It's interesting, it's not that the lettering is faded, it's almost they become see-through. So you get to see under the word balloons, and you see the art. Basically, Bolland always finished the art on the page. And it's really interesting. You don't see that very often. So it's whatever the glue they used presents itself really well. Not only do we get a lot of interior pages, then we get a lot of covers, and we get some color material, which really presents well. Everything is really well done. Sewn binding, hardcover, 170 GSM paper. Really, really nice production. Really happy with it. And interesting, couple things about this that we get to learn a bit more about production is David Roach, the person who put the book together, who tracked down the artwork. He's not listed as the editor. I listed him as production. He did a post on the Comics Journal a few months ago about creating the Judge Dredd by Brian Bolland Apex Edition, a how-to guide for the rash and enthusiastic. So it's a good article. Gives nice information. And then Imago Group, who was the printer, did a detailed post about how this book was printed. So you get a lot of information. And and the question that stands out that I put at the bottom of the review is, how was this printed for $90 US? Did they take a loss? How is that possible? I think it makes it worth noting Imago there, because they're also operating in North America, and I'm wondering about them as a printer for people going to do AE format books, because they've done an exceptional job on this book. We'll see how the next book looks, but this is a standout. It's just gorgeous. It's interesting, some people commenting that they have no, that there's no nostalgia for this, but I mean, it's Brian Bolland. You need to see it at this size. Just amazing. All right, that's this book. Really great. Second review this month: Ciro Tota, LUG Covers Version Originale. Here's the blurb, translated by Google Translate and sort of fixed by me. This book is a catalog of the LUG Covers exhibition presented at Gallery 41 in Lyon from May 27th to June 1st, 2022. It contains a selection of LUG covers made by Ciro Tota, reproducing the original plates. They are printed at scale of the original size or in the original production format. Preface by Phil Cordier on the backstory of the LUG covers. Cover illustrations reproducing the originals. Strange, Special Strange, Titans, Nova, Strange Special, Origins, and Digests. A sign and number print of an unused image for Strange 250 is included. Enlargements of panels to appreciate the power of the author's line. The book is protected in personalized cardboard packaging. Cardboard cover, selective gloss varnish on certain parts of the book, plus anti-scratch varnish on the cover. Printed on a beautiful Superior 150-gram offset paper. This was published by Edition Black and White in June 2022. It's 25 by 35 centimeters or 9.8 inches by 13.8 inches. It's 176 pages. It's a hardcover. It was €155. You can still get it from the Edition Black and White website. Those titles, Strange, Special Strange, Titans, Nova. If you have seen any of the Marvel reprints from the 80s in French, you'd see it's those covers. It's that book. When I lived in a French country in the 80s, I have some hardcovers from them as well. And I love that they got a French artist to do the covers. Really great. Ciro Tota, Edition Black and White, has done a few of his books, and this is a nice presentation. It's a bit smaller. It's interesting to see that he worked on covers at this reduced size. The book presents really well, as do all Edition Black and White books. We get the intro is interesting. Me using Google Translate and trying to read through it. It was a nice backstory, and then just to take in all the covers. Now, it's not just straight covers. Sometimes they have roughs. There's a section of pencil roughs. They've got his hand colors sometimes. So it's a really nice presentation of this material. North American fans probably don't know Ciro Tota and probably don't know any of these titles I've just referred to. But if you're a fan of original art, it is a nice book and well worth having a look at. Check my site, go through the illustrations, and decide if it's for you as well. I have a video of this. I did a flip-through video of this and of the Brian Bolland book. I'm trying to get back into the videos here. And it presents really well. Let me click and play here. Yeah. So you can get a good look at the entire book. So have a look at that for sure. Beautiful. Nice. The print is nice as well, and I ordered it before the exhibition, when the book became available before the exhibition closed. So I actually got a quick Human Torch sketch in mine by the artist. So that was nice. And it's included as part of the purchase. That's a very European thing, right? To get some original art when you buy a book from something like this when the artist is present. I also like that it's a Version Originale, which is we also may see that referenced as VO on some other books. I'm wondering if that's going to be the standard. I'd love to see all of these AE format books in French referenced or referred to as Version Originale. So we'll see how that goes. All right, that's... last month I was quite over time, and this month I look and I'm only at I'm under 30 minutes again. So not sure how I did that. Maybe I just talked too fast. Not sure. 2 books coming up next month for review. I think they may both be French. I went through what I have at home that is not reviewed. It's mostly French stuff. Not a lot of English that's been sitting around waiting. I have a Cartoon Museum Mike Zeck book. There's not a lot of original art in it, but I may do that. I was looking around for other English books I haven't done yet and realized I packed a lot of it. There's still a IDW gallery book, the Ditko one. I haven't done that. And there's some Dave Stevens books. But unfortunately, they're packed, so maybe I'll try and get those at the end of the year. All right, that's it. Thanks for joining me. I can be reached, scott@aeindex.org. Please send me your questions. I love to answer questions. The website is aeindex.org. Check out the website. Sign up for the newsletter. Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern. You get the update newsletter on what came out on the website this week. And I realized I need to start doing new releases again. For a while, it just seemed redundant. There were so many releases. I was reviewing them quickly. But now, releases have slowed to a crawl. I think people need to be made aware that a new book has come out. If they don't know it, it gives you an opportunity to put another affiliate link as well, so more opportunities. But I think because of the limited releases, we'll go back to putting up a post whenever there's a new release. So you can expect those coming in September. All right, thanks for joining me, and listen again next month.
Let her go, God bless her. Wherever she may be, she can search this wide world over. She'll never find a sweet man like me.